All right, Shalom. First, I start by saying all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Give honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. As you can see, this is ABC News. 11 million people under flood alerts in California. So I'm going to play this clip and add some precepts.
We begin with that deadly flooding emergency right here in California. The state facing another round of heavy rain after a devastating parade of winter storms. 11 million people under flood alerts across the West through midweek. The unrelenting rain turning towns into rivers. Emergency crews rescuing drivers trapped in rising floodwaters after a levee breached in Monterey County. Thousands of residents forced to leave their homes. Here's a satellite image of that so-called atmospheric river bearing down on the state. The system massive in size, higher elevations facing even more snow and dangerous winds. This section of Highway 1 in Big Sur forced to shut down after a catastrophic landslide caused severe damage. Another storm system wreaking havoc in parts of the Great Lakes into the Northeast, causing hazardous road conditions in Erie, Pennsylvania. ABC's senior meteorologist Rob Marciano leading us off tonight from the storm zone. Tonight, first responders rescuing stranded drivers from life-threatening floodwaters after a levee breach in Monterey County, California. Time to evacuate. Water is going. Rescuers going door to door, warning residents to leave after a 100-foot wide breach in the levee on the Pajaro River. More than 8,000 people forced to flee. These families stuck on a bridge waiting for transport to nearby shelters. 11 million people under flood alerts tonight.
Right, and there's a lot of these shelters that they eventually going to be going to for to be concentration camps, man. That's why they closed down a lot of them Walmarts, because a lot of them Walmarts gonna be new people's new homes, man. Was gonna be like concentration camps, man, where they gonna be putting people to death, and because of the new world order agenda, man. You know, so all this ain't happening for no reason, man. Whether Esau doing it or the Lord doing it, it's all working according to the prophecy that's in the Bible. You know, Esau wanted to be a new world order. It's gonna be one, but he's not gonna be in rulership. It's gonna be the rulership of Yahweh Shai and the Israelites, man. That's what's coming. That's the top agenda. So
Dramatic new drone video showing a raging river tearing through Kernville, California.
Look how violent that water is.
Officials ordering evacuations in Kern County as well. At least 2 deaths have been reported. California and Nevada declaring states of emergency. The entire West struggling to deal with the 11th atmospheric river event, dumping up to a foot of rain in the past week. In Santa Cruz, heavy rain causing massive flooding and damaging roads, stranding residents like Gabby David.
Can't go to work and can't do everyday normal errands.
This section of Highway 1 in Big Sur forced to shut down after this rock slide damaged the road. Water pouring over the side. For the first time in nearly 4 years, they're actually releasing water from one of the state's largest reservoirs, rolling down the Oracle Spillway at 8,000 cubic feet per second.
and if I'm not mistaken, that look like that's a rainbow on the screen. I don't know if you brothers can see it, but that's what that look like. You know, the rainbow was the covenant that the world wouldn't be destroyed by a flood no more. You know.
And in Lake Tahoe, historic amounts of snowfall, another 32 inches in some areas.
People who have been here for a very long time have said this is more snow than they've ever seen.
A separate system marching from the Great Lakes to the Northeast, bringing heavy snow to Pennsylvania. So let's get right to Rob Marciano in Folsom, California. And Rob, the state bracing for even more flooding. Yeah, the rains were ramping up again. We even had a tornado warning earlier with a funnel cloud spotted, so we've got it all. Flood watches remain in effect. Winter storm warnings remain in effect up in the mountains, and the rains will increase tonight, but really come in on Tuesday morning. That's when the next atmospheric river, that's when the next deadly flooding potential is going to be in this state. Now, the energy from yesterday's atmospheric river triggering severe weather tonight across Little Rock. Tomorrow, that gets into the southeast along I-10, Mobile, Montgomery, and then through Tallahassee. And then that'll trigger a storm along the coast for Monday, Tuesday along I-95. A nor'easter developing here, mostly wet snow and rain along I-95, but another heavy wet snow event with high accumulations inland. Whit? All right, Rob, we know you'll be tracking it all. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
All right, and then I got this last clip. 1 second.
This morning, a worst-case scenario. Northern California's Pajaro River levee failed. 100-foot rupture sending water down. Failed. 100-foot rupture sending water downstream, flooding homes and farmland. Door-to-door evacuations and more than 60 water rescues.
We were able to evacuate 2/3 of Pajaro. The other people who stood behind to try to gather their things are now trapped behind the water line.
More than 8,500 people forced to evacuate countywide. Residents warned not to use the tap water. California blindsided by an atmospheric river. Life-threatening flash flooding in some places. Residents trapped by washed-out roads in others.
Folks, we are not done yet.
4 million people in the West remain under flood alerts, with as much as 3 more inches of rain expected in some places through Sunday.
We're stranded. We're not going anywhere unless it's an emergency.
And in the High Sierra, another 8 inches to 2 feet of snow is possible. The worry there, this tropical system melting part of a historic snowpack, leading to more flash flooding and avalanches in communities already trapped under feet of snow. In Gilroy, California, heartbreak.
We have nothing else.
The Silva family's home flooded back in January. After losing nearly everything, they stayed behind and rebuilt. But as they prepared to move back in, the floodwaters rose again, this time ruining everything they had left, including their crops.
We're not quite sure what we're going to do because everything that we had is destroyed.
The cruel reality of what once felt like California's unlikeliest threat: too much water.
And this is not over. As rescue crews continue to scour the state and residents pick up the pieces, another atmospheric river is forecasted to strike as early as tomorrow. Will it?
Absolutely relentless. Steve.
All right, Slocky, you know that's Satan. I just checked the device, make sure I have no storage space to play the videos on here, man. But it is what it is.
As early as tomorrow. Will it?
Absolutely relentless. Steve Patterson in Central California this morning. Steve, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for.
All right, that's the end of that clip anyway. Hold on, Slocky.